Simo Häyhä, the deadliest sniper in history. When the Soviet Union decided to invade Finland in 1939, a sniper named Simo Häyhä came to Finland's defense. Häyhä was born in December 17, 1905. He joined the Finnish voluntary militia at age of 17 and later served as a reservist in the Finnish army during the Winter War. Häyhä allegedly eliminated around 505 enemy soldiers, which, if accurate, would make him the single deadliest sniper in history. Although the Winter War lasted for a single winter, around 100 days, a terrifying period to achieve over 500 kills. This is claimed to be the highest number of confirmed sniper kills in any major war so far. On average, he shot down 5 Soviet soldiers per day and wrapped up a terrifying 40 confirmed kills in a single day and scoring 25 kills in another day. Instead of staying behind his sniper rifle during the war, Häyhä also may have cut down several hundred enemy combatants with a submachine gun that would put his count at approximately 800 kills. That makes him the most effective sniper in any war. And the Soviet sniper Ivan Sidorenko sitting in a close second with around 500 kills. The cloud of perpetual death in which he lived in saw him promoted from corporal to second lieutenant, the biggest rank jump in the history of Finland military. Although Häyhä did the 1-year mandatory service during the Winter War, hunting and shooting, especially in extreme weather conditions, which helped him to hone his shooting skills to an enormous degree. He had vast knowledge of how to avoid being detected by his targets while moving in the forests. Häyhä backed his house with trophies for winning local shooting competitions, and he only managed that with so much practice. Ironically, Häyhä was only 5 feet tall. His shortness worked in his favor because that allowed him to hide from his enemies perfectly. He always tries to devise ways in order to stay hidden and dodge the enemy. He even put snow in his mouth to hide his breath and would pour water in front of him in order not to be exposed by the muzzle blast. Häyhä preferred to use the plain old iron sight on his rifle instead of a scope. Yeah, no scope. He's just all around old-fashioned badass. Beyond being hardcore, there was a strategic reason beyond just showing off. Häyhä recognized that scopes would glint in the sunlight, allowing him to spot enemy snipers before they spotted him. Rather than following the sniper etiquette by shooting at the head, Häyhä preferred to shoot at the center mass of his targets, which is effective in wartime, but won't do any favor in modern games. It was not long before the Soviets sent teams of counter-snipers to take him down. However, Häyhä dispatched them with bone-chilling ease. That's why he was given the nickname Belya Smert, which in Russian for White Death. However, Häyhä's fellow Finnish soldiers had a completely different name for him. They called him Teika and Kuya, Magic Shooter. While that nickname may have been accurate as Häyhä himself, we have to admit it's somewhat less intimidating than White Death. After he completed his mandatory service in 1925, Häyhä was given the option to purchase his service weapon, a standard bolt-action rifle. He bought the gun and spent the next decade and a half mastering it. When he was called back to duty during the Winter War, he brought his bolt-action rifle, turning down to a more modern rifle with advanced optics. The extreme cold, which ranged anywhere from -20 to -40 Fahrenheit, caused frequent weapon malfunction among his fellow soldiers. But Häyhä's experience with his bolt-action BFF allowed him to keep the gun functional throughout the winter. Among his incredible marksman skills was the ability to hit a target 16 times in a minute at a range of 500 feet, a talent best described as supernatural. And even though the Soviet invasion of Finland was tactically successful, they only managed to capture a small amount of border territory, leaving the rest of the country intact. The Soviets suffered nearly 400,000 casualties during the Winter War, compared to 66,000 suffered by Finland. Häyhä's reputation as the John Wick of Finnish snipers eventually drew the ire of the Soviet commanders, who grew tired of his nonsense and began targeting him directly. They began hammering his general location with artillery strikes. Eventually, one Soviet sniper got lucky and blasted Häyhä in his jaw with an exploded bullet. Despite being described by one of his friends as having half of his head missing, Häyhä refused to die. After days of reconstructive surgery and spending 11 days in a coma, Häyhä finally regained consciousness the day after the Winter War had ended. After World War II had ended in 1945, Häyhä returned to his farm to live a low-key life in the vicinity of the Finnish forests. In 2002, at age of 96, Häyhä died as a legend of the Finnish snipers. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you like this video and tell me in the comments what do you think of the White Death. Thank you for watching and I see you around.